Good evening, I'm Jennifer Griswold. State lawmakers are now back to work in Lincoln. The 2020 legislative session convened today. It's a short 60-day session and state senators have little time to get some big agenda items done. Reporter John Kipper was in Lincoln today and tells us senators are striking an optimistic tone on tax reform, something they've failed to do for years.
After years of talk, you may be skeptical. But state senators actually believe this is the year for meaningful property tax relief, and they seemingly have one lawmaker loosely on board. That's Governor Pete Ricketts.
And we've agreed on a high-level framework. Now, there's still more work that needs to be done. There's still devil in the detail.
After campaigning against the Revenue Committee property tax bill in 2019, Governor Ricketts hasn't ruled out supporting this year's version. That fact alone gives a rural senator like Tom Breezy a sigh of relief.
Always better to work with the governor than against the governor.
While the official bill is not out yet, the new plan would change the way Nebraska schools are funded, giving every school district, big and small, some amount of state money, allowing school and county boards to lower property taxes. Ag land and residential property would also be valued less than they are now.
It will lower valuations for our homeowners, our business owners, and our ag producers. And then it will inject additional dollars, state dollars, into funding for K-12 education in Nebraska.
The bill would also likely put spending caps on school boards, something concerning to Omaha area Senator Steve Lathrop.
We can't strangle the urban school districts with a property tax relief bill that helps primarily rural Nebraska.
We've heard about this urban rural divide before, but urban senators might be pressed to do something this year in exchange for rural senators agreeing to a bill that gives Nebraska businesses tax incentives. If the unicameral does nothing, Nebraska would be the only state with zero incentives for businesses.
The success of the business incentive package will depend upon the magnitude of the property tax relief and reform that we attain.
Lathrop also has his eye on Nebraska prisons, wanting to see 300 additional beds for minimum security inmates and sentencing reform.
And if you look at the projections of the population that the experts provide to the state, I just don't see us building our way out of this problem. I think it's going to be some combination of both.
Governor Ricketts says the state has already invested in prison improvements and specifically more beds. Instead, he wants to make sure corrections officers get paid, which in turn can allow inmates to be paroled quicker.
So that's really what the priority for this session has to be, not building duplicative facilities that we've already got.
In Lincoln, John Kipper, 3 News Now.
Speaker of the legislature Jim Scheer told us he plans to begin the property tax debate within the next couple weeks.